budget up in, last year there was a big fight over the sheriff's portion of the budget, and there's no reason to believe that it'll be any less, maybe not as contentious as last year, but it's going to be the big issue in the budget.
Yes.
And there's two schools of thought. One is the Board of County Commissioners tells the sheriff, this is a lump sum of money you've got. You make the decisions on where to spend it. The other one is, no, let's, as county commissioners, let's go through the budget, through the sheriff's budget, and let's spot where areas where maybe money can be saved. Which one do you prefer?
I would prefer we go to the budget.
Budget.
Yes, I think we should go to the budget and make the cuts that are necessary and the least painful to the county, because public safety is number one. We must assure that we are safe. At the same time, public safety shouldn't be above everybody else. Everybody is feeling the crunches of the economy. Everybody's salary is decreasing whichever way. I would not promote laying off unless this is the only thing available. Any other alternatives should be investigated or looked into before laying off people. There are benefits that could be less. There are salaries that could decrease by a few percentage, and this from top to bottom to avoid laying off and to ensure that we go through that tough time, because this time is for everybody, it's not just one group. And union may be very strong, and union, that's their job to ensure that people get their fair contract, but this is not about being fair, this is not about discrimination, this is not about unfairness or employers abusing their employees. This is the time that we're living in, and this time is for compromise, and we would, if I'm elected, that will be the route I will take. Ask them to work with the county and make it through. We were there together during the good time. Now it's a bad time. We have to go through it together.
Is there anybody on the commission that either currently or in the past that you would look to as somebody that you've modeled, your
Not necessarily.
No role models on a Broward County Commission?
No, not
Okay. Okay.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Many of them I don't know. I don't know any of them personally to know them and to make them a model, and based on their work, I don't see anything that I'm so impressed with.
Do you know any of them personally? Do you know?
No, I don't know any of them personally.
Have you gone in any county commissions just to see
I've
how they
watched,
operate?
and I've read in the paper. I've watched and I've followed, but I don't know anyone personally.
There are a lot of issues that county commissioners that local government deals with, and we talked about some of the budget and the public safety now. But are there any issues or concerns that you would make a priority if you were elected to the commission, that you would either through interest or just need that you would tackle?
Well, if elected, I have three top priorities that I would. The first one is job creation that encompasses economic development and everything else. Then it's foreclosure, home foreclosures, and then the third one would be family services. Yeah. They are cutting so much that it's almost no longer existing, and the needs are there. If there's anything, absolutely anything, as a commissioner, I will try to save that because it's needed.
How do you deal with, and District 9 is a unique district because of its diversity, and it's an issue that only candidates in District 9 have to deal with, and that's as far as appealing to voters outside of your ethnic group. How do you deal with, appealing to African Americans, Jamaicans, your Haitian descent?
Yes.
As much as we like to believe that those cultural differences don't exist, unfortunately they do. how do you reach out to assure that, you know, you can appeal and work with the African American community and the Jamaican community and the Haitian community and others who are in the
Well,
district?
being someone from a different country, as a foreigner, I would call myself, a long time ago, I've been here for 33 years in the United States. I no longer consider myself a foreigner. I'm a United States citizen, but that does not mean other people don't view me as such. It comes natural to me to reach out to other communities, to work with other communities, because that's what I had to do very early on in my life. I continue to do it because it comes to me naturally. I know who I am, and I know what it's like to be of a different ethnic background, and I have throughout all of my professional life worked with different groups, Cubans, Haitians, Jamaicans, African Americans, and I don't. Reaching out to them is not an issue. It's people accept people based on what they have to offer and based on their own moral characters and stuff. So people tend to respect people for what they bring in and how they present themselves. I've been to many communities, to different churches and multi-ethnic churches, African American churches, and I think I'm okay with them, and they are okay. Have accepted me, and it's okay.
Okay.
Brittany, any questions?
Who's helping you run your campaign?
Who is running my campaign?
Yeah.
His name is Frank Cassius, and he's really not a local. He came from New York. He just moved down here. He worked in New York with other Obama's campaign.
Oh, really? What's the last name?
Cassius, Casseus.
Oh, okay.
And that's not what he does for a living.
Oh. And who are some of your biggest supporters or people that are helping you run?
I have many people helping me, but I wouldn't qualify any of them as small or big supporters. Yeah. They're just there and they're helping in different ways with their different talents. And I'm very grateful for their support.
I ask this question to all the candidates. How much have you budgeted for the primary, to spend on the primary, and how much have you raised?
Lord have mercy. I budgeted a very, very big campaign. It's only $20,000 that I budgeted, and I have not raised half of that. Okay. So I'm just trying. I keep on trying. What's happening is that it's a tough time to run. Yeah. Everybody lost in either their jobs or their jobs have been cut, layoffs, or family members. With everything that has gone with Haiti, people have donated, and the priority is really not giving the money to run. It's more like to help people with their needs, whether it be paying their rent and what have you. So it's really tough, but we're making it happen.
Are you taking time off work to go to these events? Or
Part of the policy at my job is that you must take a leave of absence if you're running for office.
Really? Oh.
That's the policy. I have to take a leave, and if I win, I can't go back to my job.
You can't?
No. They don't hire elected officials. If I don't win, then I'll go back to my position.
Wow. So that's a big commitment. Where does your husband work? Or are you married?
I'm into a divorce.
Oh, you're...
My husband is whatever he's now, ex.
Soon to be ex.
Soon to be ex is a physician. He lives in Fort Myers. He works for Lee County Memorial.
Oh, really?
Lee Memorial
Okay.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Well,
Very soon I'll be available, so some Sentinel can advertise for me.
yeah,
Off the record.
Too late now.